Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be discussing how to dominate with the heavy class in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now before I get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported the channel over the last few months, as recently I have been invited into the EA Game Changers program, which is a huge opportunity for me and also the channel, so a massive shout out to all of you and everyone over at EA. Anyways, let's talk the heavy class. The heavy trooper is probably the second most popular class in the game right now, behind the officer. The officer has been super popular due to the battle point gain that it is capable of and how quickly you can get a hero. But I personally think the heavy class is much more fun to play. Obviously, the first positive to playing the heavy class is the bonus health. The heavy gets an extra 50 health over the assault and the officer and 100 over the specialists. I also believe the heavy class has one of the best weapons in the game right now, and following patch 1.2, it is the DC-15 LE with the explosive shot attachment. Now this weapon is an absolute beast. Up close it will melt any infantry trooper in like 3 shots, reinforcements in 5 to 6, and it also takes down heroes extremely quickly. Now right now it is a little bit OP as the explosive shot hasn't added any heat gain to the weapon, which it probably should, but as of right now this is the best heavy weapon in the game, as it definitely has a long rate of fire and doesn't gain heat very quickly for the damage output that it provides. So if you are looking for which weapon to use as the heavy class, I definitely recommend the DC-15 LE, and if you have that explosive shot attachment, definitely be sure to equip that. Anyways, getting into the star cards for the heavy class, there is always going to be a difference of opinion with people depending on their play styles and things like that, and as the heavy has a lot of different and unique cards, it's going to be different for every single person. So keep in mind this is just what I find as the best loadout to use for the heavy. Now I used to roll with the supercharged sentry, as did most heavy class dominant players, but since being nerfed I just can't justify filling that slot with it. Plus with the explosive shot on your primary blaster, it's basically better than the sentry anyway. I know they did buff up the supercharged sentry a little bit in patch 1.2, but it's still not the same as it used to be, and I still can't justify having it as a card. So instead of using this, the first card I have been using is going to be the Detonite Charge. This card swaps out the impact grenade and is much better in my opinion if you know how to use it. The Detonite Charge is perfect for placing in front of doorways where you know enemies will come through, as well as if you get into any trouble, you can drop it, roll, and just let it destroy the enemy that surprised you. It's perfect for placing on top of objectives if you are the defending team, and if an enemy does get close to that objective, just let it rip and they're going to be flying all over the place and you're getting an easy kill. The second card I like to use with the heavy class is probably an obvious one as well, and it is the Bounty Hunter star card. This is a must in all class loadouts as you can gain battle points at a largely increased rate. Using this class will help you play as heroes faster and reinforcements multiple times over, as you just have a ton of battle points from using it. At the epic level, this card puts out an extra 20% on battle points earned during the game, so you have a huge advantage over anyone not using that card or using it at a lower level. I've personally had streaks with the heavy class and earned up to like 10,000 battle points before dying, and it really is the best way to add extra on top of what you're already earning. For the last card in my heavy class loadout, I usually alternate between 2 different options. If I'm playing on a map that is tight and in close quarters, then I'll equip the improved combat shield. Lucky for me, this card came at epic level from day 1, as I bought the deluxe edition of Battlefront 2. The combat shield is extremely useful if an enemy catches you by surprise and gets the first few shots in. You can quickly pop your shield before they kill you and melt them with your explosive blaster. Now one tip I will give for using the combat shield is to crouch while using it, as you can still take damage on your legs when standing with the shield deployed. Now if I'm on a big large open map like Kashyyyk or Crate for example, then I will swap the personal shield out for the ion turret. The ion turret is great for not only taking out vehicles, but enemies as well. It has a massive range when finding enemies and essentially just locks on and hits the opposing players as well. So on really open maps like this, that card is an absolute must. So those are the cards that I use and swap out for the heavy class. I have found them most balanced for taking out enemies, as well as gaining battle points and holding objectives. One more tip I am going to give for playing the heavy class, that it is the perfect soldier, like I mentioned just now, for holding down objectives. The ability to have a turret or shield combined with the firepower in the DC-15 LE is perfect for stopping enemies activating objectives, and the detonite charge can be placed in front of doorways or by an objective, just waiting for an enemy to run through and get blown up and destroyed. I find the heavy class the most enjoyable out of the four to play. However, I really wish the battle point gain was a little bit more even, as the officer gains them at a much faster rate than the other three. Anyways guys, this has been my tips on how to dominate as the heavy class in Battlefront 2. If this has helped you out, be sure to leave a thumbs up and comment down below. And if you are new around here, definitely feel free to subscribe and join the over 700 people that have subscribed so far this year. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you.